When you think of Lincoln, you might picture luxury, class, and smooth rides. But not every Lincoln has lived up to that glamorous image. Over the years, the brand has had its share of blunders, with models that missed the mark in terms of design, performance, and reliability. While Lincoln has produced some of the most iconic luxury vehicles in history, not every model has earned its place in automotive history. From oversized designs to questionable performance, certain Lincolns have left car enthusiasts scratching their heads. Here, we'll take a look at 10 of the worst Lincolns ever made, the ones that failed to meet expectations and earned a spot on the should have never happened list. Number 1. Lincoln Continental Mark III, 1970 to 1971. The Lincoln Continental Mark III was meant to be a luxury coupe that would rival the likes of the Cadillac Eldorado. While it had a powerful engine and stylish looks, it came with some serious problems. First, the design of the car was clunky, and the exterior was oversized to the point where it lost its sense of refinement. The interior, while luxurious at first glance, was plagued with issues, including uncomfortable seating and an awkward driving position. The car's performance also didn't match its looks, and it ended up being a flop in terms of sales. While some enthusiasts appreciate it today for its vintage charm, the Mark III was far from a success during its time, which is why it makes the list of worst Lincolns. Number 2. Lincoln Versailles, 1977 to 1980. The Lincoln Versailles was a strange and short-lived model that took inspiration from the Ford Granada. It tried to combine luxury with a smaller, more fuel-efficient design, but the result was disastrous. This car was essentially a dressed-up Ford Granada with a Lincoln badge, and it failed to convince buyers that it was anything special. Despite the luxury name, the Versailles lacked the high-end features expected from a Lincoln, and it was often criticized for its cheap materials and uncomfortable ride. The car's strange styling and underwhelming performance made it a major disappointment for those looking for a true luxury vehicle. The Versailles was one of the biggest blunders in Lincoln's history, and it's a model that's best forgotten. Number 3. Lincoln Mark IV, 1972 to 1976. The Lincoln Mark IV had the potential to be a great luxury vehicle, but its issues with build quality and performance led it to fall short. The car was massive, and while it had a bold presence on the road, it was more known for its size than its luxury. The car was also plagued by poor handling and excessive fuel consumption, which was a big turnoff during the oil crisis of the 1970s. The Mark IV's massive V8 engine didn't help much, as it was inefficient and often required expensive repairs. Even though it had some luxurious features, the overall package left much to be desired. It's a car that many drivers would rather forget. Number 4. Lincoln Town Car, 1980s. The Lincoln Town Car is generally thought of as a classic, but the 1980s version of this model deserves a mention here for all the wrong reasons. While the Town Car was known for its spacious interior and smooth ride, it was also notorious for having electrical issues and poor reliability. This particular version also suffered from a dated design and a lack of modern features that many buyers were looking for at the time. The car's handling was sluggish, and it was often criticized for being overly stiff in terms of its suspension. It wasn't just that the car looked old-fashioned, it was also behind the times in terms of performance and comfort. Number 5. Lincoln MKZ, 2006 to 2012. The Lincoln MKZ, especially in its earlier years, was a model that didn't live up to the brand's luxury image. The MKZ was supposed to be a sleek, stylish luxury sedan, but it ended up being one of the most disappointing models in Lincoln's history. For one, the MKZ was essentially a rebadged Ford Fusion, which led to criticism that it lacked the luxury features and attention to detail that the Lincoln brand was known for. While it offered a comfortable ride, its performance was subpar compared to other luxury sedans in the same price range. The MKZ was also known for its lackluster interior, with materials that felt cheap and unsophisticated. While it had decent technology, it didn't stand out from its competitors and ultimately failed to make a lasting impression on buyers. Number 6. Lincoln Navigator, 2003 to 2006. The early 2000s saw Lincoln's attempt to compete in the luxury SUV market with the Navigator. While the Navigator was a bold move, its performance and design weren't up to par with competitors like the Cadillac Escalade. The Navigator's interior felt too dated and lacked the refinement expected of a luxury SUV. It was also a gas guzzler, with poor fuel efficiency that made it a tough sell during a time when people were becoming more environmentally conscious. What really hurt the Navigator, however, was its ride quality and handling, which were less than smooth compared to other luxury SUVs. Despite its large size, it felt more cumbersome than comfortable. Though the Navigator did well for a while, it's remembered more for its flaws than its successes. Number 7. Lincoln Continental, 1980s to 1990s. The Lincoln Continental has had many different iterations over the years, and unfortunately, not all of them have been successful. The 1980s and 1990s versions, in particular, were a tough sell for luxury car buyers. These Continentals had a reputation for reliability issues, especially in their suspension systems. The electrical systems were also prone to failure, which made the car a headache to own. While the Continental was packed with features, including a smooth ride and a comfortable interior, the ongoing mechanical problems made it a nightmare for owners. Moreover, the car's styling became outdated quickly, and it never quite lived up to the luxury image it was trying to project. Number 8. Lincoln MKS, 2009 to 2016. The Lincoln MKS was another attempt by the brand to break into the luxury sedan market, but it didn't quite hit the mark. The car's design was unremarkable at best, and it lacked the bold presence of its competitors like the Audi A6 or BMW 5 Series. While the MKS offered a smooth ride and decent technology, its performance was far from thrilling. The engine options were underwhelming, and the handling was heavy and uninspired. In short, the MKS was a car that simply didn't stand out in a crowded luxury market. Despite attempts to reposition the MKS as a high-end sedan, it failed to capture the attention of buyers, and it was ultimately discontinued in 2016. Number 9. Lincoln MKX, 2007 to 2015. The Lincoln MKX, especially in its earlier years, struggled to find its place in the competitive luxury SUV market. Though it had a nice interior and a smooth ride, it often felt like a cheaper version of its rivals, like the Audi Q5 or Lexus RX. One of the MKX's major flaws was its performance, which was lackluster at best. It didn't have the engine power or handling that luxury SUV buyers expected, and its fuel economy wasn't particularly impressive either. The technology features also felt behind the times when compared to what other brands were offering. While it did eventually improve in later years, the MKX's early years were marked by missed opportunities and lackluster performance, making it one of the lesser-known disappointments in Lincoln's lineup. Number 10. Lincoln Aviator, 2003 to 2005. The first generation of the Lincoln Aviator, produced from 2003 to 2005, is one of the most forgettable Lincolns in history. The Aviator was a mid-sized luxury SUV that was supposed to compete with the likes of the BMW X5 and Acura MDX, but it didn't come close. The Aviator was equipped with an underwhelming V8 engine that didn't deliver the power buyers expected from a luxury SUV. It was also plagued by poor fuel economy, and its overall handling was cumbersome compared to its competitors. Despite its luxurious features, the Aviator's performance didn't live up to the Lincoln name. The car's interior was nice, but wasn't as refined as it should have been. Because of these flaws, the Aviator was quickly phased out after just a few years, and it remains one of Lincoln's biggest failures. Lincoln has had its share of missteps over the years. While the brand is known for producing some incredible luxury vehicles, there have been some models that just didn't live up to the hype. Whether it was poor performance, bad styling, or reliability issues, these 10 Lincolns are considered some of the worst the brand has ever put out. That said, every car brand has its ups and downs. Lincoln has certainly learned from these misfires and has gone on to produce some incredible vehicles in recent years. But for those of us who love cars, these bad Lincolns serve as a reminder that even the most prestigious brands can have a few bumps in the road. Some of these models may have tried to be bold, but they definitely missed the mark. Let us know in the comments if you agree with our list or if we missed any real duds. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.